Are you proud to be Canadian? And then
I was.
Yeah, so like what happened, do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think happened, bro?
It's not Canada anymore. Look around.
Yeah.
Look around. It's just not. I'm all for immigration. My mom wasn't born here. I'm sure your parents weren't born here or someone's grandparents. Irish.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. My child's half Korean. His mother was born in Korea. Like, I'm definitely not like everyone should be born here and that's how it is. But if you're going to come here like how people used to come here and want to become Canadian. What's happening here is everyone is coming here so quickly that they can't even adapt, that they do what they know, and then they start imposing how they live where they're from. With that being said, you guys left for a reason. I'm not saying your country's bad, but you came to a country for opportunity. So come here, and the country needs to be respected. And I feel the people that were here, they're leaving. Like, they don't want to be here anymore.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Maki Abugu, and I share stories about life in Canada, parenting, relationships, and everything in between.
But you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
So that TikTok really caught my attention. It's clear that some Canadians feel like their country is changing in ways they are not comfortable with. I mean, they are saying things like, this isn't Canada anymore, and immigrants need to assimilate and not impose their cultures. As an immigrant myself, this topic hits close to home. I'm not here to pick sides or say who is right or wrong, but I think this is a conversation worth having. So today, let's break this down. What's really going on here, and how do we as immigrants fit into all of this? First, let's talk about Canadian culture, because when people say immigrants need to adapt, I can't help but ask, adapt to what exactly? Canada has always been this beautiful mix of different cultures. Sure, there are different things that feel uniquely Canadian, like politeness, love for nature, celebrating diversity, and yes, hockey, Tim Hortons and maple syrup. But Canada is more than those cliches. Canadian culture is about values like fairness, respect for others, and community. It's about opening doors for others, saying sorry when it is not your fault, and embracing people from all walks of life. So when some Canadians feel like they are losing that identity, I can understand why they might feel, protective. Now, let's unpack why some people are upset, and I think it boils down to a few things.
Half of all Canadians now say that there are too many immigrants in Canada. Last January, only 21% of Canadians thought there were too many newcomers, and 24% thought that there were too few. But that is all changing rapidly. In 2022, Canada brought in around 1 million newcomers, and there's now widespread concern as the high levels of immigration affect housing costs.
Rapid change, Canadians' population is growing fast, and that can feel overwhelming. New languages, new traditions, it can make some Canadians feel like their familiar world is disappearing. Strain on resources. Let's be honest, housing, healthcare, and even jobs are tight right now. It's easy to blame immigrants when people feel like there is not enough to go around. Even though these issues are, way more complicated than that can be a problem. Fear of the unknown, like change can be scary. When people don't understand a new culture, it can feel like a threat instead of like an opportunity to learn and grow. So what are our roles as immigrants? As an immigrant, it's not easy to find our place in all this. We leave behind everything we know to start fresh, and it's natural to hold on to our cultures. They're a big part of who we are, whether it is food, religion, or how we raise our kids. These things make us feel at home. But at the same time, we chose to come to Canada. So there's also a responsibility to learn the language, respect the laws, and understand the culture we moved into. It's not about giving up who we are. It's about finding a balance between staying true to ourselves and embracing where we are right now. Now, here's the thing. Immigration isn't just about immigrants, it's about everyone, newcomers and Canadians who have been here for generations. For Canada to thrive, there has to be a middle ground. Canadians need to feel like their identity is respected, and immigrants need to feel like they belong. That's not going to happen if we are always on the opposite sides of the conversation. This idea of assimilation comes up a lot. People saying immigrants should adapt, not impose, but let's be real. Assimilation looks different for everyone. Does it mean giving up our traditions completely? Or does it mean finding ways to blend them into Canadian life? For example, learning English or French to communicate better, celebrating Canadian holidays while also, keeping our own holidays, building friendships with people outside our own cultural circles. Assimilation doesn't mean erasing your identities. It doesn't mean erasing our identities. It means creating something new, a version of Canada where everyone has a place. So how do we move forward? Here's what I think. Canadians need to understand why people move here. No one leaves home for no reason. People all have their reasons for moving to Canada. Patience is some other thing I feel Canadians need to give us. Immigrants are learning and adjusting. These things take time. So a little patience, it would be all it would take. Building communities is very vital. Let's, create more spaces where people from different backgrounds can connect and learn from each other. The easiest way to assimilate is by creating community, because how fast do you learn people's cultures if they are your friends, right? This isn't an us versus them situation. It's about finding a way to live together while respecting what makes us different. So that's my take on this whole conversation. But now I want to hear from you. If you are Canadian, what does Canadian culture mean to you? And if you're an immigrant, how do you balance keeping your culture while adapting to life here? Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with someone, and subscribe for more real talks about life in Canada. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Au revoir.